importance when it comes to the development of any country. It is also proven to be one of the key issues in which promises for improvements are made by politicians and political aspirants. With the election a few days away, we take a look at what is being promised by both parties in the way of education. Here is Renee Trujillo with that report.
A few days ago, the manifesto promises from the two main political parties were highlighted during a special ceremony held at their respective headquarters. One of the key areas on those manifestos was the issue of education and how they plan to address the needs in that area. The People's United Party has pledged to provide free education for every student, starting from preschool to sixth form.
Free education from preschool to sixth form. When I was the Minister of Education, we carried out that analysis already of what it would cost. It would cost about $3 million more at the primary school level, about $8 million at high school, and around $12 million at the tertiary level, because tertiary level education is the most expensive. So the accurate picture is that we're looking at something like $23 million in addition to the existing education budget to meet that commitment, which is absolutely achievable, not to mention all the waste that has been taking place over the last 8 years. We believe we will be a much more efficient government. We will cut back on waste. There will be a lot of cost savings. And all of that combined with economic growth, with export-led growth, with foreign investment and domestic investment and tax reform will provide a formula for moving the country forward and putting these commitments in place for the Belizean people.
The word free has always been known to garner wide attention. But just how practical is that promise? And how much are we looking to spend on such an endeavor? According to opposition leader Francis Fonseca, it would be in the millions. And according to Education Minister Patrick Faber, it is not a practical commitment.
Eradicating the fees altogether and just saying free for all is not very responsible, and it's not the way the UDP operates. You know, it's like what was done back in 1993 when the Esquivel administration promised free education. That is, you could have excused us then because it was the first time that something like that would have been tried. But just doling out money is not going to take down the cost of education. In fact, I am willing to bet that if we just say, here's $23 million more, education is now free, it won't work. That in fact the cost will continue to go up. The inefficiencies in the system that we described will continue because we refuse to bite the political bullet and fix them. And you will see that people will continue to suffer, and in fact it will simply make the wage bill of the government or what we spend on education even higher without getting proper results. So I reject the idea of using additional monies in that manner. There is still a lot to do, but the answer to that does not lie in these kinds of reckless band-aid fixes that the PUP suggests in its manifesto. Rather, the solution lies in us keeping faith in the works that have already begun, that are already yielding the kind of results that we've seen. We've said to many, that the fixing of the education system is not going to be something that can be done overnight, and we're seeing that, but we're seeing gradual development, and for me, there should be no reason why we should turn back from that.
With the PUP's promise not being deemed practical, then just what does the United Democratic Party has planned for education? We asked Minister Faber.
Where we are proposing to make it more affordable in many instances and eradicate the fees in some instances. And this is not pie in the sky. This is already in the pipeline. You know that we implemented school finance reform some years ago. A second component to that initiative is also curriculum reform, and also we, as a part of the finance reform measures, we have embarked to try to lower the fees in many of these schools, but it takes dialogue with the partners, with the various different schools.
As at the close of the school year 2014-2015, statistics have shown that there are currently 7,505 students enrolled in the preschool division, 67,707 in the primary level, 21,644 in the high school or secondary level, 3,905 in the junior college level, and 4,657 in the university level. According to the figures shown in the report from the Policy, Research and Planning Unit in the Ministry of Education, female students are outnumbering the males when it comes to pursuing education beyond the high school level. While Faber has been serving as the education minister since the UDP's victory in 2008, Fonseca too has worked in that same capacity under the Musa administration. Reporting for Love News, I am Renee Trujillo.